Most people don't ruin their life in one big mistake. They ruin it slowly, quietly, comfortably, day by day, choice by choice, until one day they look back and realize they never became who they were supposed to be. And the most terrifying part? Their brain helped them do it. Intro, the invisible prison. You don't wake up one day and decide to fail at life. No one says, I want to be average. I want to feel stuck. I want regret. Yet, most people end up exactly there. Why? Because the human brain is not neutral. It is biased. It is protective. And it is terrified of change. Today, we are going to expose the psychological traps that silently control human behavior. Once you see them, you can't unsee them. Part 1, your brain's only job, survival. Let's destroy the biggest lie first. Your brain does not care about your dreams, your potential, your happiness. Your brain has one priority, survival. For 99% of human history, survival meant stay close to the tribe, avoid risk, conserve energy, repeat familiar behavior. So your brain evolved to resist change. Change meant danger. Danger meant death. That wiring still exists today, even when change would improve your life. Why your brain prefers a bad life over a new one. This is hard to accept. Your brain would rather keep you in a job you hate, a body you're unhappy with, a life you complain about, than push you into uncertainty. Because pain you recognize feels safer than improvement you don't understand. This is called status quo bias. Your brain automatically defends whatever life you currently have, even if it's destroying you. Part 2, the comfort addiction. Comfort is not harmless. Comfort is addictive. Every time you scroll your phone, watch short videos, eat junk food, avoid responsibility, your brain releases dopamine, not happiness dopamine, cheap dopamine, the kind that trains your brain to say, why struggle when relief is one swipe away? Over time, your brain rewires itself. Effort starts feeling painful. Discomfort feels threatening. Stillness feels unbearable. This is why discipline feels impossible. Focus feels exhausting. Long-term goals feel boring. You didn't lose willpower. Your brain was trained this way. Part 3, why motivation always fails. Motivation is emotional energy, and emotional energy is temporary. Your brain hates unstable systems. That's why motivation spikes and then crashes. People think, I need more motivation. No, you need less dependence on emotion. Psychologically strong people don't feel motivated more often. They just don't negotiate with discomfort. The discipline misunderstanding. Discipline is not force. Discipline is identity. If you believe, I am someone who shows up, your brain stops resisting the action. But if your identity is, I try when I feel like it, your brain will sabotage you every time. Part 4, the identity cage. This is the most dangerous psychological trap. Your identity controls your behavior more than your goals ever will. If you see yourself as lazy, unlucky, average, not disciplined, your brain will actively protect that image. Why? Because consistency feels safe. Your brain would rather keep you miserable than allow an identity conflict. That's why people self-sabotage right when things start improving. Why people quit when they start winning. Success threatens identity. If you've always been the underdog, success feels unfamiliar. So the brain creates excuses, missed days, old habits, comfort, not because you're weak, because your brain is protecting a story. Part 5, the pain avoidance loop. Your brain is wired to avoid pain. But here's the trap. Growth feels painful before it feels rewarding. Working out hurts before it feels good. Learning feels confusing before it feels clear. Discipline feels heavy before it feels powerful. So the brain says, stop, avoid, delay, and humans obey. Over time, this creates a loop. Avoid discomfort. Feel regret. Promise change. Avoid again. This loop is where most lives end. Part 6, the illusion of time. Your brain lies about time. It tells you, you can start tomorrow. You're still young. You have time. But psychologically, delay creates identity. Every delay reinforces. I don't act. And years disappear silently. People don't fear death. They fear wasted potential. But only when it's too late. Part 7. The Valley of Invisible Progress. There's a psychological phase no one talks about. The phase where you're working, you're disciplined, you're consistent, but nothing is happening. No results, no praise, no feedback. This is where 90% quit because the brain says, this isn't working. But growth always lags behind behavior. Those who understand one rule, progress is invisible before it's obvious. Part 8. Why most people follow the crowd. Humans are social animals. Your brain is terrified of being judged, being isolated, being different, so it pushes you to stay average. If everyone sleeps late, you feel safe sleeping late. If everyone complains, you feel safe complaining. If everyone avoids effort, you feel normal avoiding effort. Average behavior feels safe. Excellence feels lonely. Part 9. The Environment Trap. Your willpower is not broken. Your environment is. Your brain responds to cues. Phone nearby, distraction. Junk food nearby, temptation. Lazy people nearby, lazy standards. Strong people don't rely on self-control. They design environments that make bad behavior difficult. Part 10. How small wins rewire the brain. Your brain doesn't change from motivation. It changes from evidence. Every small win is proof. I am becoming someone new. That's why making your bed matters. Showing up matters. Keeping promises to yourself matters. Not because the action is big, because the identity shift is permanent. Part 11. The fear of responsibility. Deep down, many people avoid change because success brings responsibility. If you improve, you can't blame others. You can't hide. You can't complain. That terrifies the ego. So the brain chooses comfort over accountability. Part 12. Why thinking doesn't save you. Overthinking feels productive, but psychologically it's avoidance. Thinking gives the illusion of control without requiring action. That's why intelligent people get stuck. They think instead of move. Action changes the brain. Thinking just loops. Part 13. How your brain finally adapts. Here's the truth. Your brain adapts to whatever you repeat. If you repeat comfort, comfort becomes normal. If you repeat discipline, discipline becomes normal. If you repeat courage, fear weakens. The brain doesn't care which path you choose. It just follows repetition. Final part, the moment everything changes. Change doesn't happen when you feel ready. It happens when you stop negotiating, you stop waiting, you stop seeking comfort. The most powerful people are not fearless. They just act despite fear.